Happy Wednesday morning, Mountaineer fans. It's Chris, it's Mike, it's earsports.com, taking up 3 minutes of your morning. No questions today, but there was a comment on the message board that I thought was interesting, and I'm going to put Mike to the test and myself a little bit. Poster said WVU's roster, speaking of football, is in a better spot now than they were a year ago. Mike, true or false?
True.
All right,
Thank you.
done. Good. Wrap it up. Let's go.
So how you want to take this? You want to break it down on each side of the ball here? I feel like I'm more
Yeah,
the quarterback and you're the middle linebacker who runs everything. Is that fair?
that sounds good. You take offense.
All right, dual threat. So I'm going to just take the offense here and kind of give you a both sides thing, right? But I'm going to lean toward yes, and I would say much more yes than no. Listen, they have questions on their offensive line, and it's not just that they lose a couple of players, but really important players too. Like you lose your center, that's difficult. That's going to be a hard one to fill. Everybody knows that. I think from your 1 to 7, 1 to 8, it's going to be pretty close talent wise because those bottom guys, 6, 7, 8, they're going to be better than they were last year. So I think it's going to make up for some of the deficiency there. The big thing is they had their quarterback. He's an incumbent. There's no question who their starter is. And they have fewer questions now at receiver. They had a lot of guys they brought in last year. Some panned out, some did not. But they developed players. They're incumbent players, true freshmen, redshirt freshmen. They'll be back another offseason in the program. That should be better. And then adding in Jaden Bray, that's a veteran of the Big 12. I think that makes the receiver position better too. And running back, a lot of guys in there again too, but you're not going to try to get four in the field right now. You're going to figure out how do you get CJ Donaldson? How do you get Jaheim White in? And then your third question would be, okay, who's the third guy? Is it Anderson? Is it one of the two freshmen? We'll see. Not a whole lot to worry about there.
On the defensive side, again, the answer is yes. You may be calling into question that with the lack of depth in the secondary and stuff, but think back to exactly 1 year ago. Patorma Moba, not on the team. Tomi Durajaye, not on the team. Beanie Bishop, not on the team. Anthony Wilson, not on the team. You guys weren't even committed at this point last year. So those guys are all, added afterwards, and some of those guys are still going to be around. So I think on the defensive front, you got two starters back plus Mulba, plus guys like Hammond Russell, Sonny Redwood. You add in somebody like TJ Jackson, who was all conference in the Sun Belt. I think you're doing just fine on defensive line. Linebacker, yeah, there's some depth concerns. There's some experience concerns. Some of the guys you're excited about are coming back from injury. There's some concerns about that, about how they're going to be ready. Um, Cornerback, a lot of questions here, but there were even more questions at this point a year ago. So if we're comparing to last year, are they in a good spot right now? Probably not a great spot, but better than they were a year ago. And the same goes for safety, where they at least have Wilson and Burks back while they're trying to figure out that third spot.